Guys, this is by far the most ambitious immigration plan in the history of Canadian immigration. Hey guys, my name is Id, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about 5 big immigration updates that will certainly blow your mind. Later in this video, I'm going to show you guys some action items that you can take now in order to be ahead of this game. Number 1. 1.2 million new immigrants will be invited to Canada in the next 3 years. So that is 2021, 2022, and 2023, which is about 400,000 new immigrants every single year. Guys, this is a record-breaking immigration level. Never in the entire history of Canadian immigration did the government of Canada invited 400,000 new immigrants every year. Now, I do understand that some of you guys have been waiting for so long to finalize your PR application, especially those who have been heavily affected by the pandemic. And so this is the right time and opportunity for you to come to Canada, especially if you are just starting out your application for PR, if you are currently in the express entry pool, and if you are waiting for your passport request and getting an update for your PR application. And not only those who are outside of Canada, but also those who are already here in Canada. We are talking about international students, postgraduate students, temporary workers, migrant workers. All of you guys are going to benefit from this mandate. Before we move on, guys, please consider subscribing to my channel, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate all of the support. Now, a while ago, I have mentioned about the total number of immigrants to be invited every single year, which is around 400,000 new immigrants. Now, let's take a look at the breakdown for each category. So, how many immigrants will be invited under FSW, under PNP, caregivers, RNIP, AIPP, and so on and so forth? Let's start off with FSW, which stands for Federal Skilled Workers. So with this category, guys, Canada is looking to invite 108,000 new immigrants every single year until 2023. Now, the second category is for caregivers, RNIP, and Agri-Food Pilot Program. Canada is looking for 8,500 new immigrants per year on average. Now, for the third category is for AIPP, which stands for Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Canada is looking for 6,000 new immigrants per year. Now, in the previous videos, guys, I have talked about AIPP, whether this is gonna become a permanent fixture for Canadian immigration, and with this new mandate, it looks like it is. Moving on to the fourth category is PNP, which stands for Provincial Nominee Program. Canada is looking for 80,000 new immigrants per year. And then we have spouses, partners, and children, another 80,000 new immigrants per year. And of course, the parents and grandparents sponsorship, we are looking for 23,500 new immigrants per year. This is a good news for me, for my parents, and for your parents and grandparents as well. And then we have the refugee category. These are for people who require immediate relocation to Canada. We are looking for 59,000 new refugees every single year up until the 2023. And finally, Canada is bringing in immigrants from the compassionate and humanitarian category. These are people who have been oppressed or a victim of war or less privileged. We are looking for, Canada is looking for 5,500 new immigrants per year. Now, I am aware that some local residents are against immigration because they feel that the job that should belong to them are being taken away from them by immigrants. And my opinion to this and what Marco Mendicino stands for is that immigration creates jobs. 1 in every 3 business in Canada is owned by an immigrant. And so it is clear that we need immigration to recover from the pandemic and to grow our economy. As a matter of fact, based on Prime Minister's announcement on the infrastructure plan, the government's campaign is to create over 1 million jobs to rebuild the pandemic and our more than 180 billion commitment to invest in infrastructure across Canada. The government will continue to focus on making investments to strengthen the middle class, create new jobs, and grow the economy as we work together to fight COVID-19 and build a more resilient Canada. Number 3, Quebec announces 3 new pilot programs which is going to run for 5 years. And for each of these programs, there will be 550 available slots or immigrants who will be invited to Canada. Now, the very first pilot program is for orderlies. So orderlies, guys, are people who work in the hospital. They manage the orderliness and cleanliness of the rooms, OR, ER, ward. So if you are someone who is planning to immigrate to Canada under this pilot program, then you must have worked as orderly in your home country for at least 2 years and will be required to work as nurse aides and beneficiary attendants in Quebec for more than 2 years to receive permanent residence. Now, the second pilot program is for food processing industry. This includes NOC codes and occupations in the meat packaging industry, brewery laborer, food processing laborer, frozen food packer, meat packager, production helper, food and beverage processing. And finally, the third pilot program is for IT, standing for Information Technology, AI or Artificial Intelligence and Visual Effects sector. Now, these are for computer programmers and interactive media developer, artificial intelligence designer, computer applications engineer, software systems designer, graphic designer, and so on and so forth. Now, just keep in mind, guys, that pilot programs are temporary programs until such time that it becomes a permanent fixture for Canadian immigration, depending on its performance. Number 4, Alberta announced 2 new immigration streams. So the first immigration stream that Alberta is opening up is the International Graduate Entrepreneur Stream, which are for international graduates from an Alberta university or college who are interested in launching business ventures and startups in Alberta. And the second immigration stream is the Foreign Graduate Startup Visa Stream. The details about this stream will be revealed later this year. And number 5, Canada is giving away more CRS points for people who have good command of the French language. So guys, based on the changes that have recently been made to Express Entry, particularly on the 20th of October 2020, you guys can get additional points for a good French skills. If you score NCLV 7 or higher on all 4 French language skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, then you are gonna get additional 25 points if you scored CLB level 4 or lower in English, or you can also get additional 50 points if you scored CLB level 5 or higher on all of the 4 English skills. Now, if we guys take a look at the previous 4 cutoff scores, which are hovering around 471, 472, 475, and you are sitting around 420, let's say 425 or 430, then getting additional points from French assessment is a big benefit for you, because by the time you get additional 50 points, then you should be going around 480, 485, which is definitely an ITA on the succeeding draw. Now, right before we get into the action item, guys, I just want to show you quickly some quick facts, which I think is going to be very helpful useful and valuable for each one of you. So the first one is through the Canada Infrastructure Bank. The federal government has committed $35 billion to support infrastructure projects across the country. This includes the bank's $10 billion growth plan announced today. The second one is that the CIB was announced as part of the Government of Canada's historic over $180 billion investing in Canada plan. It was created to work in partnership with provincial, territorial, municipal, and indigenous partners, and of course leverage the private sector to build infrastructure across Canada. And finally, the CIB attracts private sector and institutional investment to build sustainable infrastructure projects that are in the public interest. Finally guys, the thing that we all have been waiting for, the action item. And as simple as it may sound, it's none other than to educate ourselves. Guys, truth be told, but knowledge is power when it comes to Canadian immigration, and I cannot really stress this enough. To give you an example guys, when I was applying back in 2014, 2015, there was a quota for NOC 2174, which is only 1,000. Had I not been educating myself or informing myself about this, then I would have not been able to get into the top 1,000. So guys, find out the one that is the best option for you. Identify what immigration pathway you are going to come through. Now, if you guys don't have time, which I do understand, then we probably need to go through some sort of consultations. And good news is that we are providing consultations. The value that you will get here is massive. I keep on saying, if you can buy a car or spend $100 on a restaurant, then these consultation fees are nothing for you guys. However, if you are looking for something free, then I have created tons and tons of useful videos to educate yourselves in Canadian immigration. You guys can go to my playlist and you can find all the videos that I have there. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on my next video.
'Cause with you by my side, I gotta ride or die. We'll be rebels, you and me. Sailing towards the sun like we shot from guns, living in a fantasy.
Thank you so much guys for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to write down in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't watched my previous videos about express entry, you can try going through these videos right here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Good luck.